This is the biggest mistake that every chess player does, including me. I am at the Grand Chess Open, the biggest tournament in Europe, and I'm playing together with my friend Magnus Carlsen. And today, guys, we have two games. The first one I played against the FIDE master, and take a piece of paper because there is so much to learn today. The opening was in Spanish, and this is how chess masters are studying openings. They know 50 million moves. This is the Spanish main line. Just to tell you, the idea of the Spanish is to attack with the bishop the piece that is protecting the central pawn. Everything makes sense. Now, I can't get rid of this knight and take this pawn because also my pawn is hanging. That's why I need to castle and then protect this pawn. Now that this pawn is protected, black is kicking my bishop away because if not I could really gain a pawn. And there we go, I'm going for the center, and here she's just protecting this pawn that was attacked twice. I am protecting my pawn with a typical structure in the Spanish. White is going for the center with the move c3 and d4. Now I still have two pieces to develop. This knight is usually doing a very nice route towards g3. And this bishop, I have no idea where it should go. Okay, bishop g5. Now this is very tricky because she's pinning this knight and this pawn is in danger. If I play any move, for example a3, after pawn takes, bishop takes, I can't take with the queen because I lose a pawn, and if I take with the pawn, ooh, my king. That's why here I play the move d5. And this is still theory, huh? The knight goes to the side, challenging the bishop goes back, c6, attacking the center, h3, asking a question to the bishop, where do you want to go in life? And dear guys, if black plays this move, you have a brilliant move. Knight take e5. You sacrifice the knight because you win back the piece and you win a bishop while giving away a knight. So this is a great idea. That's why here she played bishop c8 because she knew everything. How can you know all this theory? I took the pawn. Now the best move is not to take back with the knight but to go with the queen on c7 and go take it with the queen. Guess what she played? Queen c7. Now I went with my knight out towards my common route, and this, guys, was the end of my theory. Instead, she knew quite some more moves. I want to show you what I should have played. Basically, one recommendation, one very important advice is when you study an opening, don't stop at the end of the theory. But now, once my theory is over, I need to have a clear idea what's my plan. And I didn't have it. I want to show you what I need to know. I need to play the move a4. What's the idea? I'm threatening to take this pawn. If the queen is taking, I'm very happy because my two pawns are going to be unchallenged. Plus this pawn is going to be weak. So black wants to take back here with the pawn, but cannot do it if this rook here is unprotected. Now it's protected actually by the queen. Anyway, usually bishop e6 is played, developing the bishop and protecting the rook with the other rook. And now I have to play b3, kicking this knight back. The knight moves back and knight g5. What? There is a pawn hanging and then the rook is hanging. And here you have to be ready to sacrifice a pawn and the rook. I need to take this bishop because after queen takes, I can take this pawn, I'm attacking the rook. If the king takes, I'm winning the queen. Look at this discovery check, insane. If the rook moves away, attention, it's not over. I'm a rook, an exchange down, and this knight is also hanging. But now knight f5, attacking the bishop. The bishop moves, and now I have knight h5. I'm nearly giving mate. If the knight takes, I'm taking back, and then I have queen g5, and I'm literally giving mate. If the knight doesn't take, where is this knight going? Also, my rook is coming, my queen is coming. That's gonna be not fun. Subscribe if you want to win the next game like this. What did I play? I played b3, which is still as the idea of kicking the knight back. And now I went to protect this pawn because I wasn't ready to sacrifice it. And the problem here is that if you don't play the move a4, black is coming for you. And this is what she did. She went with the bishop back. I brought the rook here because I want to play for the move c4. Because here this pawn is weak, so if I can push c4, this pawn will be weak forever. And she went on with this plan. That's why a4 is important. I moved my bishop here, looking at this one, and she went still on. Now she's challenging the pawn on b3, and then she wants to slide the rook into my second rank. Queen here, attacking this pawn. She saw it. Okay, she's a very strong player, by the way. I went back with the knight because I want to bring my knight here and then to push the pawn on c4. She went with the rook here. She wants to bring the other rook. And we're about to get to the first mistake, guys. The pawns were traded. The rook is sliding there. Now this bishop is unprotected. What did I play here? Rook c2, of course, to defend the pawn. She played... here. I want to show you. Here I was calculating. Here she took also some time. She wasn't sure. And here I thought, like, my move c4 is incoming. And then I thought I will be better. So there is just one move to stop c4, and it's d5. What do you think about this move? There is a huge calculation going on. I want to show you what I calculated, and I was really hoping for this. Because here, after I can take this pawn, and the two knights can take. Now, I'm not sure which one is the best, but I calculated that in this one, I have something insane. Knight take e5, I'm winning a pawn, but it looks very risky because the knight is pinned, right? Now the queen is under attack. I felt like queen c7 is the best move, and now I was so ready to snap my bishop. King takes, I go with the queen, this check. I have at least a draw, but I think here I can also start to bring my knight, and it should be... If I bring a knight here and then to g5, then I have queen here and checkmate. It should be incredible. But the game didn't go this way. Anyway, I want to take a moment to thank my friend Chess Nuke, because it's thanks to him if you guys are seeing all this recap on the day the games are played. So thank you so much, Chess Nuke. She played rook b8. What is the idea of rook b8? I have no idea. No, actually, is that this pawn is going to be challenged by the rook once the move c4 is going to be played, which I played. Now we are trading the knights, and I took back with the bishop because I'm threatening to take here and win the queen. Again, she saw it and she moved the queen away. Now, the biggest mistake in calculation is happening here. Because, guys, in chess, you have to think wide, not deep. Wide, not deep. What does it mean? Let's see. So here, I was considering a few moves. Bishop there, bishop here, b4, knight d2. These are the moves that I'm considering. And the idea of these moves is that this rook is really annoying, and I would like to avoid the move d5, and I need to keep this pawn protected. Now, I think the move that I wanted to play is bishop c1. Why? Hans, actually, I have a question for you. What do you think is the best piece for black right now? Minor piece, okay? Between those three pieces, what's the best one? I'm sure that we all agree that this piece is quite bad, but which one between those two? I think the knight is the best piece, and I tell you why. Because the knight is attacking this pawn, plus is controlling the square. If I could put the knight here, I would be nearly winning. But there is this knight. That's why bishop c1 is so strong. Because after the rook are traded, I want to go with the bishop there and chop this knight. And then I will be able to place a knight here. But here I saw that she can just play h6, and so I didn't like that. And you know what I did? I played b4. And I thought just that she has absolutely to bring the rook back somewhere. And then I can keep going with just bishop here or any other move to defend this pawn. I don't remember exactly what I had calculated something like this. I don't even remember. But think wide, not deep. Once I play the move before, I have to think, is rook away the only move she has? No, there is bishop b5. I miss this move, and this move is actually very good because now I'm suddenly under real pressure, because if I don't take, everything is pinned here and it doesn't look any good. The rook is coming to attack it one more time. I really didn't like this. So I had to take, this is the only move to keep the position more or less equal. The queen takes, and here I went with the bishop, protecting the pawn, and I'm not losing material. If not, I'm in big danger. If I take here, the rook takes, this pawn is hanging, I can't move this bishop away because this rook is hanging, so bishop c3 is the only move. The rooks are traded, and now this bishop is pinned. We have another critical moment, guys, and another mistake. Again, think wide, not deep. Here, I calculated so long. I was calculating queen c3. I spoiled that, that's a bad move. Queen here. I was expecting this move because the queen is attacking the bishop and the queen is attacking the pawn. But now I thought after bim, boom, bam, boom, I trade. And this endgame, it doesn't look so clear. Actually, if we turn the evaluation, you know, this pawn gives me so much compensation, even if I'm a pawn down. But think wide and not deep. I mean, first you have to think wide and then you have to go deep, okay? So here, this is not the only move because black can also play queen c4. That's why here the best move would have been queen b2 with the same exact idea, but after queen c4, there is not the problem of my queen being under attack, like with queen b3. So she played here, and now I was basically forced to trade the queens because my bishop is also hanging. And here I'm not having a fun time. I'm losing a pawn, and this pawn is not going too far away. I tried to go, but now the rook is stopping it. What did I do? I moved my bishop away. The rook is stopping. I try to bring the king. And now, guys, this is this type of positions when you feel like resigning, but you are not allowed to resign. I'll remove the evaluation anyway. It doesn't matter. What did she do? She brought the king, I brought my king, and now she has a strong pawn. I played f3 and I tried to build a fortress, like she can't push through. But she was very smart. She went with the rook there, I blocked the check, and then she brought the king. There we go, she brought the king. And now I saw a small trick. If she takes, I'm taking, bim bum bam, and I win the rook. But she's a fox. An even smarter fox than me. And she just moved the king here. I give a check, the king goes, and now if I keep giving check, the king goes there, and then the checks are over and I'm losing the pawn. So I went with the rook here, counter-attacking this pawn, but she can just push it. And now I played f4. My idea is that after the trades, I want to try to win this pawn, and then with just a pawn down, this rook endgame won't be so bad. But after this, she can take with the king. And now my rook is under attack, so I have to move my rook back again. The rook is protecting the pawn, and this endgame is, guys, hopeless. I played for a few more moves, but she literally can't. Just crashed me. Completely crashed me, and here I resigned. This pawn endgame is completely lost. But the second game, guys, I played against the strongest 1900 on earth, because if you think she was prepared in the opening, this guy knew everything. It's absolutely crazy. So d4, knight here, and again there is a big mistake in this game. So we are in the Nimzo Indian. I'm with the black pieces, and I ate a dinner for lunch. This information is completely unrelated, but never mind. Please like the video. This is very related. He played bishop d2, and I was like, because here there are so many moves. You can play e3, queen there, f3, knight f3, a3, but bishop d2? I went on for a simple plan. I thought like, okay, I will castle first of all. Let's castle because I'm sure this is a good move. And now he played e3, and it's clear that he wants to go on just with this type of moves. And I was thinking, why are you putting the bishop inside the box? And the point is that he wants to capture this knight. When I take this knight, he wants to take with the bishop and not with the pawn. so he doesn't have double pawns. This is the whole idea of bishop d2. Okay, I went with the setup with b6. I thought like, okay, I'm going to develop my bishop in fianchetto, and then once I'm trading this bishop for the knight, I will put my horse here, play f5. And this is what I did. I played d6, I went with the knight there, boom, trading, and bang. And here, I was already starting to think. He played all the moves very quickly, he knew everything, and here he went with the bishop on e1. Very quickly, and I was like, what? And the idea is actually is very smart, because you don't want to give away the bishop pair here. So you are hiding the bishop from this knight, and then you will see, I'm protecting now the knight, and now he wants just to trade the knight, and then he will have the bishop pair. I pushed for the center to get a bit more space, and he played f3. Now, guys, oh my grob. I was calculating queen g5 because this pawn is hanging. And I didn't do it because I felt it's risky, but I couldn't explain why. But this is completely ridiculous. So now, what is the idea? I'm threatening to take a pawn with check and then to take back the piece because I'm sacrificing the knight. But here, this is super dangerous. That's why you shouldn't go out with the queen too early. Write it 50 million times to the wall. Now. So because after rook there, I take this, my queen is getting trapped. How? Rook f3. The queen is taking a pawn with check. It seems amazing. But now bishop here, the queen cannot go anywhere rather than go take another pawn. But after rook b3, my queen. Yes, so luckily I didn't go for this. I just felt like it cannot be good, but I didn't see all of this. I traded the knight, bishop takes back, and now queen f6. And now, actually, guys, if you turn on the evaluation, it's just slightly better. Actually, if you put a stronger stockfish, it says the evaluation is even better for white. But yeah, I couldn't find a plan. Okay, wait a second. Bishop here. Now I played rook d8. I thought like, okay, if this pawn is going to be traded, it's better to have my rook there, ready. And they went to close the action. I thought like, but if you have the bishop here, you want to open up the center, not close it. But actually, here I just played the move so quickly. Hoi boy. Again, wait, I need to add a big question, 2 question marks. I'm attacking this pawn and I thought like, oh, he has to protect it like this, and then maybe I'm pushing, he's pushing, and then I can bring my knight, I can bring my rook, I can bring my bishop, I can bring all my pieces to the attack. But guys, again, think wide, not deep. I played this move so quickly, thinking that, of course, he has to defend this pawn. But again, I missed something very basic. He can defend this pawn by playing the move f4. I was, oh no. Because now, if I take or if I push, this bishop is going to be a monster. And if I don't push or take, what am I doing in my life? Because he's not going to take here, never. So the game went on with us just trying to bring the pieces to the action, until at some point he went back here. We were just trying to not touch the center. It was sick. Until queen f2 gave me the chance to go for knight e4. And here I was very happy actually, because after bishop takes, my bishop is getting opened up. But this is opposite color bishop. Opposite color bishop means that in the endgame is usually a draw, unless you have one or more extra pawns. In the middle game is a chaos, it's complete chaotic, because I can attack with an extra piece on all the light square. This bishop cannot do anything to protect g2. But this bishop cannot do anything to protect g7. So who is attacking is usually winning the game. Now, queen g3, oh, it's coming for me. I don't like this. And I didn't want to let him take here, because then my pawn will be weak forever. And again, I cannot protect this pawn with the bishop. So I calculated and I saw that this should be fine. Now, I think I should have taken with the pawn And here I think it should be better, slightly better again. Something like queen c3, c3, and then try to bring the rooks. It's going to be really annoying for me. But he took with the rook, which I think is a mistake. I took back, queen takes, and now I think I played a genius move. Imagine an endgame. Imagine that those pieces are traded. Where do you want my bishop to be? Here, right? That's why I played bishop f5. You might say, wait, what? I want to play rook there, but this pawn would be hanging, right? So I first defended the pawn with the bishop. Now, of course, the move is very obvious. He's going to bring the rook to the only open file. And I was ready to bring my rook there. And I was ready that once the queen is now moving away, if not I'm giving a discovery check, I'm going with the bishop on g4. Now we are trading all the pieces. And guys, I'm ready. Wait, I'm ready to go with... Sorry, he played c5. And I'm ready to go with my bishop to get this pawn. And I'm winning a pawn. Now, is this enough to win the endgame? Okay. Basically, opposite color bishop endgames are unfortunately usually a draw even with an extra pawn. Unless there are other pawns that I can capture. And the strategy to draw this is to bring all your pawns in the same color as your bishop. So what white needs to do is to fix this pawn. So I took the pawn and to also maybe fix those one. And it was very smart because it went up here to trade a pawn. And now this is fixed, this is fixed, this is fixed. So there is just g2. And we tried, and now it's fixed. Now I tried to go with the king on the other side, but he blocked me. And here we agreed on a draw. If you guys enjoyed this and you want to feel a bit better about your calculation, check out my student Julia, because her calculation can improve, okay? Think wide and not deep. Go check out Julia.